Priscilla Renee Hamilton versus Money Long.
The government.
I had to.
Oh.
But this is what you went by first. How and why was that something that you just said, I'm gonna start off there first?
You know, we talked about even before the camera started rolling, just like evolution and growth, maturity. Yes, that's my government name. I was going by that for a while, just kind of like jumped into it. It was like, I want to do music, and this is the name that I'm going to do it under. But then after a while, you sort of get stuck in, or what I didn't want to do was just get stuck in that box of like who everybody thought I was. And I was being professional. And so I had this character that I was playing. And I just decided I was tired of that. Like, I just wanted to be myself, which is super loud, super flamboyant, funny. I'm the life of the party always. And so Money Long is that. It's very much like my actual personality, like who I am when I'm with my friends. Yeah.
So how I usually kind of like formatting the show, we know Money Long, but I want to go way back in a wave where how long did it take you to identify that you needed an outlet to really be the best version of yourself?
I think it was a journey over a few years. You know, like sometimes you're in a room where you just feel like you're being restricted. A lot of times I would be in spaces where I would literally have like a frog in my throat, like a lump. I'm just like, man, this is some bullshit. Like, you know, I had things I
And you're
wanted
not
to
speaking
say.
on it though.
Well, it's not appropriate. Like, I'm here in a service capacity. I'm here for you. And so I literally, when I say for you, like whoever the artist is or whoever the producer is, I'm here to provide a service. It's not appropriate for me to come in and just knock all this shit over and I'm doing what I want to do because this isn't my space. I'm not paying for it. It's not going on my project. And so eventually I had a conversation in the studio one day. I was working with Dua Lipa and Pharrell was like, if you don't want to be here, why are you here? And he got me together. Like, I left that session like, damn. Yeah, no, he definitely, for sure, 3 snaps in the Z formation, he got me together. And he basically said, like, I thought you were a star. I'm looking at you here like an equal. You looking down at yourself and up at me, yikes. And I was like, wow. He really just made me feel this big, but not in a condescending
manner.
way, but just like, if you don't know you're a star, that's your fault, your problem.
Yeah.
And then he was like, well, I'm going home. You know, this was disappointing. He didn't say that, but he
No,
said
that's
it
the
with,
energy.
Yeah, and so it just kind of made me realize, like, I got to get myself together. And I left that session. I fired everybody, and I started. Fired everybody, and I sat down for like 6 months. I didn't fire everybody and go hire a new team. I just fired everybody. I went and sat down and thought about what do I want to do, and that's how Money Long was born.
What I didn't know is your Rolodex of being behind the scenes of so many different projects. And I find that as a normalcy in this music industry. You'll be like, oh, this person made it, this a banger. We just assume that they wrote it. We just assume that they produced it. We just assume that they came up with the beat and was like, boom. But that's not how the music industry works. So for the people who may not have known certain projects or certain songs that you was a part of, who have been some people that you've worked with in your tenure?
Oh, I worked with a lot of amazing people: Mariah Carey, Madonna, Mary J. Blige, Pitbull, Pusha T, Selena Gomez, Ariana Grande, Rihanna.
How does this even happen? Like, these ain't your local jokers. These ain't, like...
I mean, you know, you start off getting your feet wet, working with, doing sort of like busy work, right? Like album fillers. You'll work with a producer and just, well, wherever they get it placed at is where they get it placed at. But then after a while, at least for me, I started developing a reputation of coming in, writing a song in 10 minutes or less. And it was called Me the Quickness. And you get a reputation for having quality work, and people request you. So they want you for a specific thing. So I became really well known for my lyrics and my melody. So basically the top line. And then because of how fast I was writing the songs, I was able to do like 5 sessions a day. So I was writing like 2 songs in every session, hopping from studio to studio. That's how I got on so quickly, because I had like so many songs back to back. Like it takes a while to get significant cuts, and I had a bunch of them like back to back.
But what do you attest that to though? Like what's your flow?
I was just hungry. I didn't want to go back to the country. I didn't. I was like, because my parents tried to force me to go to college.
Yeah.
And, you know, my mama don't play. And I remember one day she came home and she was trying to get me to go to, she was like, you need to go to school. And I slammed the door. I was like, no. And I just remember standing there like, I'm about to die. She finna kill me, y'all. And she never did. She left me alone. And I think they knew like, oh, she crazy. She done lost it. Because I feel like any other scenario, I would have been dead. For sure.
How many siblings do you have?
2 brothers.
Okay.
Yes, I'm the only girl.
And your family dynamic growing up was like what?
I was a very quiet one. I used to be in my room all the time, writing songs, playing my piano, reading. I was a nerdy cousin. So, I don't know.
Did anybody else have this musical kind of gift?
Yeah, my mom could sing. My biological father could sing. He played the trumpet. We always had instruments in the house. It was very normal.
Okay.
It was a musical household. My mom was always singing, playing music. Her musical library was crazy. So growing up, I listened to all the little mixtape, juke joint music, reggae. We was listening to country, gospel, everything. My dad was like jazz and things like that. So.
Yeah.